Hello, young minds and curious hearts. Welcome back to our channel. And today we are going to meet a few more interesting and amazing characters. Just like in the previous episode, part 2 of episode 3, we have met Bhishma Pitamaha, Yudhishtra, Pandavas, and our favorite Krishna. Right, just the same way we are going to meet another set of interesting people in this episode too. We have concluded our chapter 11 last time. If you have not gone through the previous episodes, I suggest you to go through the previous episodes first, then come back to this episode so that you can have a better understanding in the sequence of the stories. Right now, we are in Canto 1 named Creation and chapter 12. Are you excited? Yes, I am very excited. So let's begin with our 12th chapter, which is the birth of our Emperor Parikshit. In this chapter, it is described how Parikshit Maharaj was born to a king Abhimanyu and queen Uttara. Before knowing about Parikshit Maharaj, we will understand who Abhimanyu and Uttara are. Abhimanyu was the son of Arjuna. He is one of the Pandavas. He is the Pandava prince Arjun. And Subhadra. He is Subhadra and Arjun's son. Subhadra is the sister of Krishna. He was born and raised in the city of Dwarka. Abhimanyu is renowned for his exceptional skills in warfare, particularly in archery, just like his father. Despite being young, he was a valiant warrior and played a crucial role in the Kurukshetra war. One of Abhimanyu's most famous feats was his role in the Chakravyuha, a complex military formation employed by the Kauravas during the war. Abhimanyu knew how to enter the formation but was not aware of how to exit it. Undeterred, he bravely entered the Chakravyuha and fought valiantly. Tragically, he was overwhelmed and surrounded by multiple Kaurava warriors, leading to his untimely death. Uttara, the mother of King Parikshit, was a princess and the daughter of King Virata, with whom the Pandavas spent their exile. During this time, Arjuna served as an eunuch dancer teacher named Brihannala. He acted as a woman named Brihannala and became a dance teacher while he was in exile to save themselves from the Kauravas. And it was in this role that he taught dance to Uttara. After the Kurukshetra war, when Ashwadhama released the Brahmastra, Uttara was pregnant with Abhimanyu's posthumous child, Abhimanyu's baby. The threat posed by the Brahmastra to her unborn child led her to seek Lord Krishna's protection as mentioned. So let us go through the story of our King Parikshit. The birth of King Parikshit is closely associated with the Kurukshetra war, a great conflict between the Kauravas and the Pandavas. During the Kurukshetra war, Ashwadhama, as we met him in the previous chapters, Ashwadhama, who is the son of Dronacharya, unleashed the Brahmastra. It is a very powerful weapon with the intention to kill the Pandavas. To counter this destructive force, Arjuna released his own Brahmastra. Fearing the catastrophic consequence of the collision of these two weapons, which are very powerful, not only Ashwadhama is releasing the Brahmastra, but at the same time, Arjuna is also releasing the Brahmastra. Being Brahmastra one of the powerful weapons, when two times it is being released, it would lead to quite a big destruction. So, Lord Krishna instructed both Arjuna and Ashwadhama to withdraw their Brahmastras. Ashwadhama, however, could not control the Brahmastra and it ended up causing devastation. The unborn child in Uttara's womb was directly threatened by the lethal energy of the Brahmastra. In a state of panic, Queen Uttara approached Lord Krishna for protection. Krishna, being the supreme Lord, entered the womb of Uttara and shielded the embryo from the destruction impact of the Brahmastra. Thus, Parikshit was saved by the divine intervention of Lord Krishna. When the war concluded, the Pandavas and their allies emerged victorious, but the devastation was immense. Surviving members of the Kuru dynasty including Parikshit's father Abhimanyu, had suffered losses. The birth of Parikshit Maharaja is a significant event in Srimad Bhagavatam, and it marks the beginning of a new era in Kuru dynasty. Parikshit later became a great emperor and played a crucial role in preserving and disseminating the teachings of the Bhagavat Purana. So this is how the king Parikshit was born in the war field of Kurukshetra. See how Lord Krishna played an important role in saving the next generations of Pandavas, right? He, on the other hand, has power to control the greatest and most powerful weapons also. So this way we are ending our 12th chapter and we are entering into our 13th chapter where Dhritarashtra gets out of the home. So in this chapter we are going to meet few more new superheroes or few more new roles who have played an important role in the Srimad Bhagavat Purana. So as you know, there is a land of Hastinapur where King Yudhishtra ruled after victory in the war of Kurukshetra, right? So one day, Vidura decided to go on a pilgrimage to gain knowledge. He wanted to visit all kinds of temples to gain knowledge about the self. During his journey, he met the great sage Maitreya, who shared profound wisdom with him. Vidura listened attentively and his understanding of life and spirituality deepened. After acquiring the knowledge, Vidura returned to Hastinapur. His heart was filled with the teachings of Maitreya and he became well versed in spiritual matters. When Vidura came back, everyone in the palace, including King Yudhishtra and his family, was overjoyed to see him. They rushed to welcome him, feeling as if they had regained consciousness after a long time. King Yudhishthira, grateful for Vidura's guidance in the past, arranged a warm reception for him. After a hearty meal and some rest, Vidura was comfortably seated and King Yudhishthira began to speak to him. Yudhishthira expressed his thankfulness to Vidura for always protecting and guiding them. He recalled how Vidura had been like a protective wing, saving them from various problems and calamities. Curious about Vidura's experiences, during his pilgrimage travel, Yudhishthira asked him about the holy places, temples, pilgrimage sites he had visited. Yudhishthira revered Vidura, considering him a holy person who turned every place into a pilgrimage site because he carried the love of Lord Krishna in his heart. Vidura in response began sharing his experiences. He described his travels and the wisdom he gained from Maitreya. However, Vidura chose not to disclose the distressing news about the annihilation of Yadu dynasty. The destroyal of Yadu dynasty. Actually, Yadu dynasty is formed through Lord Krishna. Our Lord Krishna belonged to Yadu dynasty. So, when he went to travel to the pilgrimages and when he met the sage Maitreya and got a lot of knowledge, he also got the knowledge of how Yadu dynasty, the dynasty of Lord Krishna, is going to get destroyed. Compassionate Vidura, treated like a godly person by his family, remained in Hastinapura to guide his eldest brother Dhritarashtra and bring happiness to everyone. As the story unfolded, Vidura revealed that he had been cursed to become a Shudra in his early life, but had played an essential role in the affairs of the Kuru dynasty. So, in the previous life of Vidura, he was cursed to be lived as Shudra, but being a very powerful personality, he still was born into the royal family of the Hastinapur, but still be treated as Shudra. His life was full of challenges, but he faced them with wisdom and devotion. Vidura continued to share stories and advices, guiding his family toward righteous living. Eventually, he encouraged King Dhritarashtra, the father of Kauravas, who have been defeated in the Kurukshetra war, to leave home and embark on the path of liberation. Liberation here is the freedom. With Narada's arrival, the story took a turn, revealing that Dhritarashtra and his wife Gandhari had chosen a life of asceticism near the Himalayas. They wanted to um, go to Himalayas and plead their sins. The narrative unfolded, providing insights into the spiritual pursuits and eventual liberation. The story ended with sage Narada reassuring King Yudhishthira that the Supreme Lord, in the form of time, had descended to eliminate envy and restore righteousness. Narada advised Yudhishthira not to lament, not to worry, as everyone is under the control of the Supreme Lord, our Lord Krishna. In this way, the tale of Vidura's pilgrimage, his return to Hastinapura, and the subsequent events unfolded, teaching valuable lessons about wisdom, devotion, and the transient nature of material life. So, this way, we are ending our 13th chapter and we are entering into our 14th chapter. This chapter consists of the disappearance of our Lord Krishna. While we are going back where our Sukadev Muni was sitting in Naimisharanya along with his sages, reciting all these stories to different kinds of very, very wise people, he states that Arjuna once went to Dwarka to see Lord Krishna and other friends, and also to learn from the Lord of his next activities. A few months passed and Arjuna did not return. Knowing that, Maharaj Yudhishthira then began to observe some inauspicious omens which were fearful in themselves. He saw that the direction of eternal time had changed, and this was very fearful. There were disruptions in the seasonal regularities. They didn't know when there was winter and when it was summer, and they didn't know why it was raining in summer and why it was sunny in rainy seasons. And the people in general had become very, very greedy, angry, and deceitful, and they started doing wrong things. And he saw that they were adopting foul means of livelihood, which is the path of adharma. All ordinary transactions and dealings became polluted with cheating, even between friends and family affairs. There was always misunderstanding between fathers, mothers, and sons, between well wishers, and between brothers. Is it not, children? Even in this generation, we face a lot of misunderstandings, cheating, and very wrong means of livelihood, and a lot of things happen against dharma in the path of adharma. Even between husband and wife, there was always strain and quarrel. In course of time, it came to pass that people in general become accustomed to greediness, anger, pride, and all the wrong things. Maharaj Yudhishthira, observing all these omens, spoke to his younger brother. Maharaj Yudhishthira said to Bhimasena that I sent Arjuna to Dwarka to meet his friends and to learn from the personality of Godhead Krishna of his program of work. Since he departed, 7 months have passed, yet he has not returned. I do not know factually how things are going there. Is he going to quit his earthly pastimes as Devarsi Narada indicated? Has the time already arrived? From him only, all our kingly opulence, good wives, lives, progeny, control over our subjects, victory over our enemies, and future accommodations in higher planets have been possible. All this is due to his causeless mercy upon us. Just see, O man with tiger strength, how many miseries due to celestial influences, earthly reactions, and bodily pains, all very dangerous in themselves, are foreboding danger in the near future by deluding our intelligence. The left side of my body, my thighs, arms, and eyes are all shivering again and again. I am having heart palpitations due to fear. All this indicates undesirable happenings. Just see, O Bhima, how the she-jackal cries at the rising sun and vomits fire, and how the dogs bark at me fearlessly. O Bhimasena, tiger amongst the men, with the power of elephants. Now useful animals like cows are passing me on my left side, and lower animals like the Buffaloes are circumambulating me. My horses appear to weep upon seeing me. Just see, the pigeon is like a messenger of death. The shrieks of the owl and their rival crows make my heart tremble. It appears that they want to make a void of the whole universe. Just see how the smoke encircles the sky. It appears that the earth and mountains are throbbing, crying. Just hear the cloudless thunders and see the bolts from the blue. The winds blow violently, blasting dust everywhere and creating darkness. Clouds are raining everywhere with bloody disasters. The rays of sun are declining and the stars appear to be fighting amongst themselves. Confused living entities appear to be ablaze of weeping and crying. Rivers, tributaries, ponds, reservoirs, and all the water bodies and the mines are perturbed, disturbed. Butter no longer ignites fire. What is this extraordinary time? What is going to happen? The calves do not drink the milk from the cows, nor the cows give milk to them. They are standing, crying, tears in their eyes, and the bulls take no happiness in pasturing grounds. The deities seem to be crying in the temples, lamenting and perspiring for the misery of the people. They seem about to leave. All the cities, villages, towns, gardens, mines, and hermitages are now devoid of beauty and happiness. I do not know what sort of calamities are now awaiting us. I think that all these earthly disturbances indicate some greater loss to the good fortune of the world. The world was fortunate to have been marked with the footprints of the lotus feet of the Lord Krishna. These signs indicate that this no longer will be. O Brahmana Saunaka, while Maharaja Yudhishtra, observing the inauspicious signs on the earth at the time, was thus thinking of himself. Arjuna came back from the city of Yadus, which is Dwarka. When he bowed at his feet, the king saw that his dejection was unprecedented. He was looking very, very sorrowful. His head was down and tears glided from his lotus eyes. Seeing Arjuna pale due to heartfelt anxieties, the king, remembering the indications of sage Narada, questioned him in the midst of his friends. Maharaja Yudhishthira said, "O my dear brother, please tell me whether our friends and relatives such as Madhu, Bhoja, Dasarha, Arha, Satvata, Andaka and the members of Yadu family are all passing their days in happiness. Is my respectable grandfather Surasena in a happy mood? And are my maternal uncle Vasudeva and his younger brothers all doing well? His 7 wives headed by Devaki are all sisters. Are they and their sons and daughter-in-laws all happy? Are Ugrasena, whose son was the mischievous Kamsa, and his younger brother still living? Is Ugrasena happy? Are Hadika and his son Kratavarma happy? Are Akrura, Jayanta, Gada, Sarana and Satrujit all happy? All these people are the members of the Yaduvamshi, whom we are going to eventually meet in the Srimad Bhagavat Puran. How is Balarama, the personality of Godhead and the protector of devotees? Balarama is the brother of Sri Krishna, who has always been in the side of Sri Krishna, supporting and helping him. How is Pradyumna, the great general of the Vrishni family? Is he happy? And is Aniruddha, the plenary expansion of personality of Godhead, faring well? He who has been naming everyone and has been asking about their well-being in the land of Yadus, the Dwarka. Is Lord Krishna the supreme personality of Godhead who gives pleasure to the cows, the senses and the brahmanas, who is very affectionate towards his devotees, enjoying the pious assembly at Dwarakapuri surrounded by friends. The original personality of Godhead, the enjoyer, and Balrama, the premier Lord Ananta, are staying in the ocean of the Yadu dynasty for the welfare, protection and general progress of the entire universe, and the members of the Yadu dynasty, being protected by the arms of Lord, are enjoying life like the residents of the spiritual sky. The great heroes of the Yadu dynasty, being protected by the arms of Lord Krishna, always remain fearless in every respect, and therefore their feet trample over the Sudharma assembly house, which the best demigod deserved, but which was taken away from them. My brother Arjuna, please tell me whether your health is all right. You appear to have lost your bodily luster. Is this due to others disrespecting and neglecting you because your long stay at Dwarka? Has someone addressed you with unfriendly words or threatened you? Could you not give charity to one who asked, or could you not keep your promises to someone? You are always the protector of the deserving living beings, such as Brahmanas, children, cows, women, and the deceased. Could you not give them protection when they approach you for shelter? Have you contacted a woman of impeachable character, or have you not properly treated a deserving woman? Or have you been defeated on the way by someone who is inferior or equal to you? Like this, Yudhishthira was getting a lot of doubts because he saw our Arjuna being very sorrowful and had tears in his eyes, due to which our king Yudhishthira asked him numerous questions regarding his stay in Dwarka and about the well-being of the members of Dwarka. Or is it that you are feeling empty for all time because you might have lost your most intimate friend Lord Krishna? Oh my brother Arjuna, I can think of no other reason for you becoming so dejected. So like this, our chapter 14 has come to an end. Now tell me children, what would have happened in the 7-month stay of Arjuna in the Yadu's land Dwarka? What happened to the family of Yaduvanshis, and what happened to our favorite Lord Krishna? Why is Arjuna very sad when he came back from Dwarka to Hastinapur? And what is he going to say to our king Yudhishthira of Hastinapur? To know all these things, you must wait for tomorrow. I am going to bring you some other interesting chapters tomorrow. And yes, this will be our cliffhanger for today. Hope you enjoyed and hope you are curious about the well-being of people of Dwarka. And yes, I am going to end this session now. I hope you like this session. And yes, please don't forget to subscribe, like, share it with your friends, and comment your favorite part. Thank you.